Hello and welcome to this episode of What's Foot Fixing. Today we have a Whirlpool stove, and one of the eyes in the back corner is no longer coming on when we turn it on. So we have an idea that the eye is bad and we're going to replace it. For Glasstop stoves it might be a little complicated, or you might think it's more complicated, but we're going to walk you through the process. To get started, and I've already removed the screws, but we have 2 screws on either side. They're Phillips screws, and all you have to do is take those screws out, and when you get done taking those screws out, we can close the oven top back and then lift up on this and pull out slightly, and this has been removed. And if you come over here to the stove top and you take a look at the back eye, just as we have suspected, there is a break in the continuous coils, which would confirm that this indeed is a bad eye. What we have done so far is turned off the power. You want to go to your breaker and always turn off your power when working with these electronics. And what I would also do is take a picture of where your wires are connected so that you'll know how to put them back together. And then also, these tabs fit in a particular place on the stove, so you want to keep track of where you have those plugged in. But we're going to continue this video in just a second, so just hold on. All right, we're back and we're ready to go ahead and replace the burner. So right now I'll go ahead and unplug the existing cables. And again, make sure you take a picture so that you can keep track of which wire goes where, because you don't want to cross these up. And then as far as this kind of sits up high and it has some clips on the bottom. And the way you remove this is that you can kind of stick your finger in and pull out, and then you'll see it'll detach and then lift up. And then again, you want to kind of make sure you keep track of what hole you pull this out of so that you can put it back in the same hole. Right here, we have to remove these clips. And the way you remove these clips is you just kind of pinch here. That'll relieve the pressure, and then you pull out. And then on this one, you pinch here and it pulls out. So actually, let me put those back in, because I did not pay attention to where I pulled it out from. Oh, okay. So you can see these have numbers on them, and I pulled it out of 54 and this one out of 18. Of course, you would make sure that yours matches what you pull it out of, but so 54 and 18. So I will squeeze this and go ahead and pull it out, and then we can grab this new one. What I would try to do is not to put your hand inside and touch any of the elements, because I think that would cause some problems down the line. And 54 was 1, and I put this in 54, and this one goes into 18. 54 and 18, so we're ready to place this back in the stove. And again, this goes back to making sure you know which holes you pulled it out of. And I am going to start to insert this back in, and it literally just slides in the slots. You push down on one side until it clips, and then you can lift back up to kind of make sure that this is raised above a little bit. And then you push down on the other side, and it clips on, and now you're good to go. As you can see, this rocks a little bit, but neither side is touching the bottom, and so you know you're good to go. And then comes back to making sure you knew where your wires were attached. And as you can see, The yellow goes here, and I already have mine diagrammed, but since I remember where they go, I'll just go ahead and hook them back. We have the yellow that goes there, the black goes here, and the red goes here. At this point, we would be ready to put this stove back together and go on our merry way. But I am a little concerned that this piece right here looks like either something dropped down in there and shorted everything out, or that just caught fire. So what I really want to do is inspect the bottom of the glass top and see if there's anything there we might need to clean off to make sure that it doesn't fall in here and cause any more issues. So if we come over here and take a look at this, would be the eye, and as we can see, there is some, I don't know if that's gook or what. I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera. So what we're going to do is see if we can get some towels or something and wipe that off and clean it, and then we'll come back and we'll put the stove back together. So we'll be right back. All right, we're back, and as you can see, we've cleaned this area off here. There's no longer any residues or whatever that I think that we can see that's going to fall back in there. There is some residue here, but that's not going to impact the heat, I don't believe. So anyway, we have the wires connected back up. We have the eye back on. Let's go ahead and put this thing back together. So we'll take the stove top, glass top, and you have to kind of fit it in this groove in the back. So go back, and it'll kind of fit in there, and it'll feel like a hinge, and then you just sit it down, and it's good to go. And we replaced the original 2 screws that we took out. All right, we're gonna put these screws back and screw this top down on one side and screw the top down on the other. And we have replaced the burner on a Whirlpool stovetop. Now we're going to go turn on the power, and we're going to test the eye, all of the eyes, to make sure that everything still works. And I'll let you know the model number and all of that stuff later on in the video. Thanks. All right, we're back, and as you can see, we have the power turned back on to the stove, and we're going to test this eye out and see if it gets hot. I'm going to turn it on high and go ahead and start it up. Oh, as you can see, it's already lit up red and getting pretty hot. That's pretty quick. So while we're here, let's go ahead and test all the others. Oh, this one is a dual, I guess. As you can see, all of the eyes are lit up. I think we're good to go. All right, so at this point, you've seen how to replace the heating element on a glass stovetop. Again, I'll put the model numbers in the chat or in the comment section of the video. Be sure to subscribe to What's Foot Fixing. Let me know how you like the video and if this video helped you at all. Again, this is Foot of What's Foot Fixing.